Yesterday, the 8th of May, we were projecting or we observed that the extrapolation of the price of ASST stock was for high highs, but today we are looking at something entirely different. It is now down as we speak, $1.56, 1.56%, and it's projecting. This is its 4-hour chart. It's projecting that weakness is going to remain in place up till these projections. It is subject to change, and this is not to say that this is what will happen. So it's projecting that it's going to remain weak up till Monday the 12th. So this is like I said again, extrapolations. There's no guarantee that this will be the case. Much we can do is quickly have a look and see what the probabilities are saying. Remove this indicator and let's see what the probabilities are saying. First of all, we have to have a look at the price pressure momentum for the 10 period moving average, this moving average. Let's have a look at the value of the indicator. Yeah, you can see it's still very, very strong, indicating that that um, strength that it took it all the way towards. As a matter of fact, there was even 10.39 in this pre-market session of today, the 9th. So that parabolic strength is still very much intact over there. It's just indicating that the probability of it remaining above it, amongst other things as well, above this 10 period moving average is still very high. But it's still a probability. Even if it is 99.9999%, that 0.00001% still has a lot of reality in it. It can produce the next major downtrend, the next major, the next big plunge. Within that very tiny probability, and a lot can still happen. So we remove this indicator, and then we add the web trend indicator here. So here, this the probability of it remaining above the 10 period moving average over 90%, over to remaining above its 21 period moving average over 90%. All of the moving averages on this 4-hour chart, it's over 90%. But it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. These are just statistical figures. It doesn't mean that it's not going to plunge. So the daily chart is we could still go back to the daily chart since it has given up all the gains. It ran up this morning. At some point, it was up 20%. Yeah, at some point in this pre-market session, it was up 20%. It's now unchanged. Yeah, unchanged at the moment. Down now 1.56. This is the daily chart. Here on the daily chart, let's see now. We'll see what extrapolation is saying. Yeah, we have the price pressure momentum. It's equal indicating that yeah, the probability of it remaining above its 10 period moving average. This is the 10-day moving average. This is where it is 1.53. The probability of it remaining above 1.53 is very high, just as you can easily imagine. It sounds credible. 1.53, given the price of 7.58 now. The probability of it staying above that is sounds good. Okay, we can remove this indicator and add the extrapolation indicator to see what is being projected on the daily chart. This is as of when the market closed yesterday, but we're using this because it has given up all the gains. It's now currently trading at right around where it was when the market closed. So we can use this if we had if you were when it was it had a gain of 20%. Maybe we wouldn't refer to this. So let's see now. One, two, three, four. Yeah, yeah. You see, this is expected to, yeah. Today is the day that it's expected to reach the peak based on this extrapolation, and then after that, we're going to look at we might see a pullback into the interaction of the extrapolation of its 10 and 21-day moving averages. and we're going to see. It's just indicating that we might see a contraction coming for the rest of May up till June, up till almost the rest of May, and up to the 20th of June. However, these are extrapolations. There's no guarantee that they will turn out to be the case. But what is actually what sounds reasonable is the fact that the stock has rallied so much that it wouldn't be out of place to be talking about contractions, which is what it's doing so now, trying to contract the volatility expansion. It wouldn't be out of place to expect that to happen. You know. So we will go back to the 4 hour chart because it's more active. We'll come back to the 4 hour chart. Yes, you see, projection here is all the way down to extrapolations all the way down to 1.3 by Tuesday. Okay, so but at the same time, it's also a signal. Just maybe if you have positions there, see what you can do, see if you can take action. Okay, so let's remove this indicator and add another indicator that will give us the market grid, just a trading range that is the stock is operating in. So here we have a trading range of between okay, the internals of the range, because these external figures, the channel value. This is the boundary price. This is the lower boundary price or the lower channel price. So within those two channels or those two boundaries, we have these values 10.46 and 6.88. So it's currently trading at 7.76. So it is now in support zone. So by some estimates, some analysts will say that this it's gradually presenting a buying opportunity, maybe a trading opportunity. It's gradually coming in. So the lows of around 6.33 will be, it begins to improve even further. You know, so as things stand right now, it's coming into support zone based on how things has happened. Based on how things are. But as it continues to contract, because this, amongst other things, this is also telling us that there has been an enormous expansion. You can see that. You know that already. That in the future, in the near term as well, these boundary values would also begin to, close in. But as things stand right now, it is also saying that it also has, in the very short time, it has the potential to even go towards 11.0701. But at the same time, I'm also thinking it is now getting somewhat. I think, okay, well, the overall trend is still bullish. The overall trend is still bullish, even though it's contracting. It's giving the overall trend is still bullish. So it wouldn't be out of place to still think that 11 trading above 11.01 is something that can happen. It's still very much on the cards. You know, However, you can't rely on that because it's, as you can clearly see, it is losing ground. As you can clearly see right now, it is losing ground. So it's just gradually coming back. It's not, like I said earlier, it's not in support zone. Gradually coming back to levels that may result in a pivot, another spike. So it's just contracting the expansion. We can see now on you can see that here on think and swim. It makes it clear here. It's coming back into the price channel. Here it's called a price channel on based on the indicator we're using here on trading view. It's called market grid. So it's coming back. It's the same concept. Expansion, you can see, it's been just trading what since 6th was Tuesday. It's been trading right outside of its price channel. You can see that picking up support from it, picking up. It was serving as a primary supply line. So it at some point it has to come back and cool off and contract before another expansion occurs. So as things stand right now, yeah, it's saying a lot of things. It's coming back to present what looks like it's coming back to contract the channel, the market grid, and also building up for the next stage. Would it be a spike or would it be a trend, sorry, a lower leg? Would it tend lower? Would it plunge further? Would it retrace further? Or would it continue to contract for some time or spike? We saw on the daily chart that it's saying that it's going to contract for the rest of this month. You know, but not completely bottom out. Just contract at still at the sort of levels, at even at higher levels, at this sort of range we're looking at right now. That's where it's saying it's going to contract on the daily chart. So a contraction generally is what is absolutely, without any doubt, is what we are looking at right now, and you would naturally expect that to be the case as well too. So yet at the same time, it's also saying that this is also what can happen. um, Trading above 11.01 is still very much on the cards, and also it can equally go all the way down to 6.33 and even below. So yeah, this is how things are right now in this pre-market session. So it is managing to hold on, at least hold on to some gains as things stand right now. I mean, to hold up a bit more, down only 0.1, okay, unchanged now. So a lot of things are in play here. So, but this is impressive. This is impressive. Yesterday it was indicating high highs even on the daily chart. So because those extrapolations are based on the price, it is absolutely unstable, highly unstable, highly unstable. So see what you make of ASST, and thank you very much for watching this video.